Greetings to viewers of Nltv News Now. I'm Rinki Gogoi and let's begin with the headlines. The Minister for Transport P. Paiwang Konyak has presented a ground report of the December 4 outing incident in the August House. NPCC continues to hold NDPP government responsible for massacre of 14 innocent civilians at Oting village, Mon. Tobu District Demand Committee holds emergency meeting at Tobu headquarters to discuss the various steps to be taken to reach the government of Nagaland. Assam government begins the eviction process in Dimapur's Dudu Colony, Lahorijan and Karbi Anglong area. The Matri Foundation organizes a free medical camp at Bhujal Colony and Chotelingiri Colony, Dimapur. After the recent tragic incident that occurred in Oting village, the Congress in Meghalaya urges all the chief ministers in the northeast to be united against AFSPA. Now news in details. The Minister for Transport P. Paiwang Konyak has presented a ground report of the December 4 outing incident in the August House on Monday. In his address, he stated that the Eastern Naga People's Organization is the apex organization in the eastern part of Nagaland, championing peace and justice for the 6 tribes in 5 districts. He also cited that the famous declaration of peace zone within the 5 districts was declared on 18 December 2018 at Twensang, but the peace zone declaration was violated by the Indian Army forces at Oting, Tiru. Therefore, the NPO has declared non-cooperation to the Indian Armed Forces until justice is served. The Eastern people are peace-loving people who does not want violence and killings. The NPO wants peace and development to reign in their land so that tragic killings disrupted the desire for peace and has marked a beginning of a new chapter of violence in the land of the Eastern Nagaland. The minister further extended his unflinching support to the NPO to deliver justice and to punish those responsible for the unfortunate tragic incident. And he also demanded justice. The Matri Foundation Bhujal Colony, Chotelingiri, Dimapur on Monday organized a free medical camp. The medical camp was themed as Do Small Things with Great Love. Dr. M.K. Sharma checked around 100 people at the free medical camp. The foundation also distributed first aid medicines to the denizens for free.
से सालम जाने से काउंसिल दो कमिटी परा अमिखान बिशी तो हिगना हजारा चामानो है ऐसे तो बड़ा तारखा मिटिकल टीम आही बकवा बदो अमिखान कमिटी भी बिशी खुशी के ना तो आही भी अमिखान के मुतब करी भी कोई के ना ताकि बातिशी तारखान आही के ना तावाई भी आरो थ्रेट में भी नहीं फ्री तिया कारोनी पोस्टी मानो बड़ा बिशी खुशी पाया से आरो तकदार लोगो तारखान कंपनी खान भी बिशी थैंक्स दिया से.
Hi, today on the 20th of December, we are having this medical camp here at Bhujal Colony in Chotulingri. And it has been a pleasure that all the supports that we have received from various quarters. And it is really going to benefit the villagers out here. This is kind of a Christmas gift that I see because there are many people who are not able to reach out to meet their basic medical needs. And it's really helpful.
Foundation, and we are really thankful to the council that they have allowed us with the permission to conduct this first aid camp. And we also have Dr. M.K. Sharma with us. Dr. Sharma is looking after the patients, whatever needful he is prescribing and advising, so that the patients can go to the district hospital and get guided for the actual treatment. And we have brought some medicines also, the first aid medicines, so that it will be helpful for the locality and the patients basically who have come here.
In view of the proposed eviction drive which is being carried out today, on December 20, the District Magistrate Karbi Anglong Diffu had earlier imposed certain rules and regulations to be maintained during the eviction operation. The eviction drive is being carried out by the authority of Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council Diffu against the illegal and unlawful encroachers at Lahorijan Block number 3, areas under Borjan Moza of Bokajan subdivision of Karbi Anglong. As per information, around 425 security personnel are involved in the eviction process and about 11 JCBs have been stalled so as to be used. The people living as tenants have already dispersed as per reports, and those who are still in the location are being evicted. Process is to go on smoothly with necessary arrangements being made. Earlier, Guwahati High Court had dismissed Assam government's notice to carry out the eviction drive at Dudu Colony, Karbi Anglong, Assam.
আমার ঘরটো তার পাট্টার মাটিত আছে আমার একটা মসজিদ পড়ি গৈছে ইয়াত এটো মসজিদটো আমি সরকারক কৈ আছো যে আমার মসজিদটো দিয়ক মসজিদটো লাগি আমি নমাজ পঢ়ো দোয়া কৰো এটো উচ্চৰ নাম আমাক গৰীব মানুহৰ কাৰণে
পাট্টা মাটিটো নাভাঙে বুলি কৈছে পৰে
মানে অকমান মানে কিবা হৈছে হলেও মানে আমি আমাৰ নোটিছ আহিছিলে আমাৰ পাট্টাৰ মাটিত মই হাইকোৰ্ট কৰিছো হাইকোর্ট কৰি মই লৈ আহিছো হলেও আমাৰ মাটিটো একটা ভাঙা নাই
ইতিমধ্যে যেটো আমি জানিব পাৰিছো পাট্টা মাটি আৰু হাইকোৰ্টৰ যেটো নিৰ্দেশ থাকাখিনি এভেকশন নকৰে উচ্ছেদ নচলে আৰু বাকি অংশ চলাব
বাকি অংশ এনেকা শুনিছো চলাব হলেও মানে ইয়াত এটা হাইকোৰ্টৰ কিবা আছে এইটো ইয়াত দেখি পাব আপুনি
The Nagaland Pradesh Congress Committee has continued to hold NDPP government responsible for massacre of 14 innocents at Oting on December 4. The NPCC president has alleged that the massacre was a fallout of a game plan to derail the ceasefire. The Terry challenged the honesty of the state government and implored government to first apprehend the killer 21 para-special forces personnel and continue investigation later. The president asserted the Supreme Court's verdict in the Naga People's Movement for Human Rights versus Union Government of India on November 97, which clearly stated the applicability of AFSPA. The AFSPA could be used only when prohibitory orders were violated and if people possessed power to cause death, but not on mere suspicion. Terry alleged the state government of trying to protect criminals with AFSPA. An emergency meeting was held by the Tobu District Demand Committee on 19 December at Tobu headquarters. The main aim of the meeting was to discuss the various steps to be taken to reach the voice of the unheard to the government of Nagaland under the leadership of Sri Nipu Rio. The committee decided to release the press to express that the people of Tobu, Mocha were deprived of their rights even by the 5-member committee who did not even reach out Tobu subdivision and returned back from Mon headquarters since Tobu was the furthest subdivision from Mon district. The committee once again requested the United Democratic Alliance government under the leadership of Nipu Rio to relook into their demand and urged all the political parties of Nagaland to support the demand of Tobu district. The meeting was attended by various leaders of civil societies and various political parties. Pakistani fishing boat Al Husseini carrying 77 kgs of heroin was apprehended on Monday. According to Public Relations Office, a Pakistani fishing boat with 6 crew members was apprehended in the Indian waters off the coast of Gujarat, carrying 77 kilograms of heroin worth approximately Rs 400 crores. However, the joint operation was carried out by the Indian Coast Guard with Gujarat Anti-Terrorism Squad. Opposition MPs are set to conduct a march from Gandhi statue in Parliament to Vijay Chowk at 12:30 p.m. on Tuesday to demand the resignation of Minister of State for Home Affairs Ajay Kumar Mishra in connection with the Lakhimpur Kheri case. The opposition has submitted adjournment motion notices in the Lok Sabha over Lakhimpur Kheri violence in Uttar Pradesh and demanded immediate resignation of Mishra. Notably, the special investigation team probing the case termed the Lakhimpur violence that led to the death of 8 people as a pre-planned conspiracy. In a recent development, the 73-year-old National Radio Broadcasting of India, All India Radio, will be completely closed after 31 December 2021. It is reported that the programs will be running under an FM channel and mobile application. According to reports, the rate of transmitters that makes availability of AM services has now been increased, which has led to the decision of shutting down 6 transmitters. With this development of AIR, thousands of radio listeners will be deprived of listening to the services as the FM reaches around 40 to 50 kilometers area, while in case of the service by AM in the medium wave is at present delivering services in around 200 kilometers area. Its services will now get limited only to certain areas. The Health Department of Bangladesh on Sunday began administering the COVID-19 vaccine booster doses on a trial basis on Sunday. The Health Minister of Bangladesh, Zahid Malik, inaugurated the program at Bangladesh College of Physicians and Surgeons, Mohakhali in Dhaka. The first booster dose was administered to nurse Runu Veronica Costa. It was reported that a total of 36 people, including 5 ministers and top health officials, media persons and others, received the COVID-19 booster dose. In his inaugural speech, Health Minister Malik said the frontliners and the elderly would be given priority in the COVID-19 booster vaccination drive, and the Pfizer vaccine for COVID-19 would be administered as booster shots. The minister further stated that the vaccination drive would be extended across the country phase-wise. The resident doctors of various hospitals in Delhi on Monday protested in front of the Nirman Bhawan over the delay of NEET PG 2021 counselling and called to fulfill their demands. Patient care has been affected for the 4th consecutive day on Monday as resident doctors of the 3 center-run and some of the Delhi government-run hospitals boycotted all services, including emergency, as part of the nationwide agitation called by the Federation of Resident Doctors Association. The protesting doctors carrying banners and posters held a demonstration and raised slogans seeking redressal of the issue.
ये प्रोटेस्ट है नीट पीजी काउंसलिंग की डिले के बारे में। जो एग्जाम आइडियली हर साल जनवरी में कंडक्ट होना था वो सितंबर में कंडक्ट हुआ कोरोना के कारण। उसका रिजल्ट भी सितंबर में डिक्लेयर हुआ, पर कुछ कारण से ईडब्ल्यूएस कोटा की रिवीजन की वजह से वो काउंसलिंग पे स्टे लग गया है और अभी तक पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट्स नहीं आए। सो जो पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट 2020 में फर्स्ट ईयर पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट था, 2021 में भी वो फर्स्ट ईयर पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट है, और यदि अब इस साल भी अगले साल भी पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट्स नहीं आते तो वो 2022 में भी फर्स्ट ईयर पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट ही रहेगा। इसका मतलब है उसकी 3 साल की रेजिडेंसी एज अ फर्स्ट ईयर जूनियर रेजिडेंट ही खत्म हो जाएगी। तीसरी और सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट बात है कि वी आर ऑल ओवरबर्डन। द रेजिडेंट्स, द जूनियर रेजिडेंट्स हु आर वर्किंग इन वेरियस डिपार्टमेंट्स एंड हॉस्पिटल्स आर ओवरबर्डन बिकॉज 1/3 ऑफ द लॉट ऑफ द वर्कफोर्स हैज नॉट रीच्ड। Junior residents are the backbone of any working hospital, and we are working with 66% of our capacity. All of us know and realize कि कोरोना का जो Omicron variant है, that is on the verge of rise, and we do not have ample amount of workforce this time to fight against it.
मैं RDM MC का जनरल सेक्रेटरी हूँ।
अच्छा, और फोडा के भी आप?
फोडा के मैं
ये किस बारे में प्रोटेस्ट है?
देखिए, हमारा जो नीट पीजी काउंसलिंग होता है जिसमें हमारे जूनियर डॉक्टर जो हम भी
A BBC investigation has revealed that the Myanmar military carried out a series of mass killings of civilians in July, resulting in the death of at least 40 men. A BBC report quoted 11 eyewitnesses and survivors are saying that soldiers, some of whom were 17 years old, rounded up villagers before separating the men and killing them. According to reports, most of the victims were tortured first and buried in shallow graves. It has been reported that the civilians were killed in July in 4 separate incidents in Kani Township in Sagaing district of Myanmar, which comprised of people who have resisted the military since the February coup, deposing a democratically elected government led by Nobel laureate Aung San Suu Kyi. A joint team of Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council, District Administration, Forest Department and CRPF has carried out massive eviction drive at Lahorijan Dudu Colony on Monday. Reportedly, as many 500 to 600 households have been affected by the drive. The Deputy Commissioner of Karbi Anglong, Dipakar Nath, while speaking to Nagaland TV, informed that the eviction drive was carried out against settlers that have no valid land, patta and documents. DC further informed that some petitioners had moved the High Court with regards to the eviction drive. And since the village council had withdrawn some notices, some matters have been placed under sub judice. The DC further stated that the eviction drive has been going smoothly and there hasn't been any report of casualty.
See, the people who have their pattas, they are not touched. The people who are taking the council land or the government land, only those people are evicted. And the confusion that you were talking about, for some of the dogs, in fact, some petitions are filed in the Honorable High Court, and accordingly, council has withdrawn some of the notices, and that's how Honorable High Court has dismissed those writ petitions, and that matter is sub judice. For some of the dogs, the matter is sub judice. So those dogs for which the matter is sub judice in Honorable High Court, those dogs are also not touched. So there is no confusion as such. Okay, so that is what it is. So see, regarding compensation, if you are an encroacher upon the government land, so government is not liable to give you any compensation. So that is what is the rule. It is almost done. I think we have already completed more than 80% of the eviction activities. So few structures are there. I think it will take another 1 hour or 1.5 hours. See, the houses which are marked, some of them are under sub judice. The matter is with Honorable High Court. Yeah. So as the clarification will come from the High Court, so accordingly the steps will be taken in coming times. And in fact, sufficient manpower is mobilized, sufficient force is mobilized, properly it is planned by the council, district administration as well as police administration, then CRPF. So see, council has deputed very much exhaustively. They gave nodal officers, they mobilized the laborers. Beside that, they formed a number of teams, search team, then they deputed sufficient laborers, and then from police side the VDPs are there, and then paramilitary forces is there, Assam police is there, district administration is there. So it is a whole collective action, and we got the support of the locals also. They also took this eviction drive in a very positive way, and they also helped us a lot, and we got the support from the media also. So it's a all win-win situation. So as I said, now there's some of the dogs, the cases with the Honorable High Court. So let's see how the things will unfold, and accordingly the steps will be taken in recent time.
After the recent tragic incident that occurred in Oting Mon, the Congress in Meghalaya has urged all the chief ministers in the northeast to be united against AFSPA. The Congress stated that the AFSPA has had a very dark history and added that it cannot be forced anymore and states should clearly tell the central government that the police in the state can handle the situation in the state related to law and order. The MPCC further stated that the AFSPA in states can be imposed by the center after consultation with the state government. So, the CMs in the northeast states should unite against it. Power sector strike. Large stretches of Jammu and Kashmir continue to be without power and electricity. Employees carried out on their indefinite strike over the merger of the Jammu and Kashmir PDD into the Power Grid Corporation of India. The power sector employees of Jammu and Kashmir have refused to repair a major power breakdown that occurred over the weekend amid a cold wave in North India. Around 20,000 employees went on strike from midnight on Friday. They have decided not to carry out any repair and maintenance work until government accepts their demand. The strike resulted in a complete breakdown of electricity in several districts. Outages were also reported in Jammu and Srinagar as well. The employees' key demand is a reversal of the centre's decision to privatize assets. They have also demanded that daily wage people be regularized and the salary of the employees be released. The employees say the assets built by decades by successive governments in Jammu and Kashmir are now up for sale under the central rule. Chief of Army Staff General M.M. Naravain attended a seminar organized as part of PANEX 21 on December 20. Naravain attended the seminar through video conferencing from Pune. He maintained that PANEX 21 is another step forward in their endeavor for greater mutual cooperation in disaster management among BIMSTEC countries. For the first time, an exercise of such scale is being undertaken to streamline response strategy to fight the pandemic.
PANEX 21 therefore is unique, as it is for the first time that an exercise of this magnitude involving multiple agencies from multiple countries is being undertaken to review our HADR mechanism and streamline our response strategy in the backdrop of a pandemic. The fact that the pandemic is not over but continues to rage, albeit with varying intensity and new variants, has added realism to the conduct of this exercise. As you are well aware, our region is prone to a range of natural hazards, including floods, droughts, cyclones, earthquakes, landslides, and tsunamis. Rapidly growing unplanned urbanization, ecological degradation, and corresponding climate change affects the dynamically varying socio-economic conditions, and these have only further increased the risk. We have witnessed a rising frequency of these disasters with more intense and catastrophic effects. Our response strategies have also evolved. Aided by rapid improvements in technology, our disaster response mechanisms have become more robust and resilient. Transnational cooperation between BIMSTEC nations continues to be driven by these common and shared challenges. The pandemic has, however, been a black swan event that has overwhelmed national capacities, disrupted supply chains, and brought us back to the drawing board. Disaster management in the backdrop.
Thank you, viewers. That's all for now. I'm Rinki Goi signing off. And for more updates, keep watching NLTV. Samanu Lagawas.